found on my fan page, comedian Mark Gregory. And then, one of the things that I mentioned, we did that television taping, was it 2 Fridays ago in Jacksonville, Florida. So, that will be airing soon. I think one of the networks they said was going to be TV One is going to pick it up. So that's definitely major, and just continue to grow as a comic, man. Stay working. Yeah, that's it. But those are the two major things.
Okay. Hey, where can I submit an idea for a sketch?
Man, you do it, man. You can hit my inbox, and then if I think it's funny, bam, you'll see it. Then if it's not, I won't respond. No, I'm messing
Can I get a little bit of credit on the video?
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, I got you. I'm not one of those guys that steal your idea and say it's fine.
I'm gonna throw a broad idea out there. We could talk offline about it, but
okay.
you probably like, here we go again.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, on casual Fridays, brothers try to go in and add your urban flavor, your urban style, or whatever, what have you. It's backfired on me because I've had to go into the bathroom and take care of some extra business.
Okay.
And depending on, what sounds may emanate from that stall, people can look at my shoes and know who I am just from my shoes.
Yeah, I have a joke that I tell from time to time where, I say you need boo-boo shoes. And yeah, if you work in an office like I did, you need boo-boo shoes, where it's like, if you do go to the restroom, you need a pair of shoes that nobody would be able to recognize. Those are boo-boo shoes, because if you go to the bathroom with some blue foams, everybody know that, then your blue foams, and you in there taking a dump. Yeah.
Got you. I'm in there with my my lime sole Cohans on, and I come back through the office and they're like, I'm getting looks and whatnot. So you are okay. Well, then I guess I can't even submit that one to you. Boo-boo shoes, everybody.
Yeah, boo-boo shoes is what it's called. A pair of shoes that you never wore to work. They don't know they belong to you.
Now, would you keep those in your desk or in a drawer or?
Yeah, you got to have a gym bag. Take the gym bag with you to the restroom, swap out real quick, and then take them off when you go back, and nobody will know that was you.
Hey, I'm marking that down in my my thoughts to myself on a weekly basis.
Yeah, gotta get you some boo-boo shoes.
All right. Hey, just a couple more. So I noticed you follow sports, and your profile actually mentions that you had a full ride to some small school in the SEC, ACC, something. I think that's a nice little bit right there. But who do you after this week? After there's a lot of big moves in the NBA over the weekend as it got into free agency. Man, who do you think set up pretty nice for a run at the finals in 2016?
Man, I'm still going with Cleveland. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. As it looks like, I'm gonna go with Cleveland, Golden State again. Golden State didn't lose anybody, so you'll be a fool to not go with them. San Antonio's getting old. I still don't think the Lakers or Dallas will do anything.
Right. So San Antonio did add Davis, or it's reports that David West could be heading there, an older guy. But David West could be headed there, and also LaMarcus Aldridge is some younger legs in there.
Yeah, David West, come on. Yeah, I don't think that's enough to be a deal breaker. Not over Golden State though.
Yeah, I am a Spurs fan. That's kind of who I rock with in the Western Conference.
So you kind of biased already.
No, not really.
Okay.
I just think. It was that one play call that I think Chris Paul got away with that push on that drive, and then Tim Duncan even had a odd foul called on him. And I just feel like that's one thing that we're not looking at, is that Golden State didn't have to face the bigger dogs, in the division. They didn't have to face an OKC who didn't even make it because of Durant's obvious injury.
Yeah.
But they didn't have to face the Spurs, and they didn't have to face the Clippers. But
But you know what they say. You know what they say, man. The game shouldn't just come down to one play, though.
You're right. Don't get me wrong. I think, I really think the Spurs, they are older. They were up and down this year, and don't know what happened in that series. It's still a mystery to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One Take Podcast Nation. Sports, lifestyle, and more.
I'm going to go ahead, excuse me, and throw in the final two pieces because we actually got into Mark's uncle. I don't know if you know who comedian Dick Gregory is. You can Google that. He is an older guy, came out 50s, 60s. And I just think maybe with the Red Foxes and the Richard Pryors, some earlier talents, Dick Gregory and his decision to be more of an activist than a comedian. Maybe we don't know as much about him as we should, but that's actually Mark's uncle. So I'm gonna throw these other two sections on here really quickly.
I was only gonna add on to the. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, with the Knicks, I just see them as an organization that is content with maintaining, but never really made any, legitimate to try to win,
Right. Since they did draft the young one, we probably won't hear anything from for the next 3 to 4 years. They did bring in some pieces. They aren't the best pieces, but at least I feel like they'll be fielding a professional looking team. They added a journeyman in Aaron Aflalo. They brought the weaker of the Lopez brothers in to play center, and I forget the third guy that they added. I don't have my notes with me either. So, you follow any other sports, Mal? I see you talk about. Oh, well, obviously, I've only met you since basketball was kind of ending. You follow anything else?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I am a huge college football fan.
Okay.
Huge college.
Hence the SEC reference then.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your expectations on that? I just did a Ohio State breakdown in an earlier show, and we mentioned, I don't even think we mentioned it in the season preview, but some reports out there or some sources are putting Ohio State up against Auburn for next year's championship game. Any thoughts from you? Who can make it?
I definitely will put Ohio State back. Now, as far as Auburn, I know. Let me see. Did they lose Marshall, the quarterback? I think.
Yeah, the quarterback. He was done with his eligibility.
Okay, so they lost Marshall, Davis, the running back. So yeah, I'm
right.
not sure. I'm not sure how loaded they are. Yeah, I'm not really sure. And to be honest with you, I really don't buy into preseason predictions because they don't mean.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, they don't mean anything. But I know, without a shadow of a doubt, that Ohio State is loaded flat out.
Yeah, that's kind of. It was an easy season. It was an easy season preview because they don't play any top 25 teams unless Michigan State is in there. They play them in like the 8th or 9th week of the year, and besides, they don't play Wisconsin, Iowa, or Nebraska. So that was kind of an easy one to call. I don't know. I would think Auburn also lost that stud wide receiver that they had. So that's kind of interesting that they would be named as a possible team. I would think maybe, I know Bama has to reload at QB, but I know I would think that LSU has to be in there because they had a lot of younger guys. I know they had that sophomore freshman running back Forsett who was a beast. So I would think if anybody comes out of there, it might be LSU. But
TCU should look pretty good too.
Okay.
TCU should look pretty good because the quarterback Boykin, I think he was a sophomore last year. So
okay.
Yeah, so I think they'll do something. But at the end of the day, I think historically TCU never has been a powerhouse. So that can and definitely will hurt them. Because at the end of the day, it's about money. Nobody wants to see TCU in a national championship game.
Exactly. Yeah, it's unfortunate because they're one of those teams on that level where it just gets down to that last end of the season, and there's so much pressure on those guys. The margin of error is so slim,
Right.
and sometimes they succumb to all that pressure. And you know, it like you said last year with Ohio State sitting outside that bubble going into the last week, you knew that fan base in the way that Ohio State travels, you knew that that's who was likely to probably edge those other guys out and make it into that top four. So,
but you know what though, the way they destroyed Wisconsin, it was evident that they should have been in that game.
Oh yeah, I mean without a doubt. I mean it was in my opinion it was the Big 12's fault for not having a conference championship game. So that kind of just worked against against their better teams. So hey, really quickly, man, I didn't want to hold up. I appreciate your time very much. So last week I saw a pretty hot video from your uncle, Mr. Dick Gregory. And I don't know if you saw that one or not. I think it wasn't the griot. It may have been News One. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We don't have to get into that, but I will just say that the brother had me Googling, was it John Newton?
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to tweet it out last week, but we were still trying to link up to talk. So that was just an interesting take on it. Do you think that Dick Gregory has been underappreciated? Do you think that he's been underappreciated as both an activist and a comedian? And I've just heard the name over the years. It doesn't seem like many in the hip hop community ever really got behind him. And it doesn't. I mean, he doesn't seem like a man who sat around up late night, bitter or concerned with it. But I'm just wondering why maybe he's not more well known.
I mean, see, here's the thing. Okay, like it's a big generational gap. So it's like comedy is what got my uncle Dick known. Okay, so that is what got him to the place where he had the attention of America, and then he transitioned from comedy to activism. So and that became
about what time was that?
I want to say early 60s.
Okay.
So that became a big part of his focal point. So the people that know him is whether it's like our parents or grandparents know him for activism. And then, it's almost like to stay in the people's minds, you kind of have to do both. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big part of it. And at the end of the day, again, man, artists are not trying to align and associate themselves with somebody that's an activist. That's not good for business,
I just say that it just seems like somebody like the banana guy, older guy. Oh man, why can I not? The guy that had the song about the banana boat, the banana man. Hey, Mr. Banana Man.
I'm not.
Dang. I cannot think of his name. He's been in the news the last couple years. Him and Jay-Z kind of had a run-in last year. He thought Jay-Z should be doing bigger things with his money. He should be more of a good Samaritan or something. Oh man, it's killing me. Harry Belafonte. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Belafonte. I can't even edit all that out while I'm stammering around trying to get my. But it seems like Harry Belafonte was one of the. He kind of made a similar decision, but it seems like he was able to get more to be, have a more of a prominent career, and have a bigger name. And I just was kind of looking at those two up against one another. I was wondering kind of why Harry Belafonte was able to still go on and have more or be more successfully commercially and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I think you to compare an actors are gonna they own movies, so I think that's where Harry Belafonte would get the edge compared to somebody like my uncle.
Okay. And I will tip my hat to your uncle. I put him in kind of in the vein of comparing him to another Orange, but somebody like Muhammad Ali or